Hi, my name is Darian Funes, and in my presentation I will be discussing Women Hollering Creek by Sandra Cisneros. To start off, Sandra Cisneros is a Chicana author. Her most notable work is The House on Mango Street and Women Hollering Creek and Other Short Stories. She was born in Chicago, Illinois on December 20th, 1954. She was the only girl out of 7 children. Her mother was Mexican American and her father was a Mexican. During her childhood, she moved frequently, which resulted in her writing as a form of self-expression. She has a dual citizenship with the United States and Mexico, and she currently lives in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. To give a little backstory on Women Hollering Creek, the story takes place in a town called Seguin, located near the Mexican border and El Gritona, also known as Women Hollering Creek. The story focuses on Cleofilas, who hopes of a better future for herself. She is stuck in an abusive marriage to Juan Pedro, and they have one child together named after him, as well as she is also expecting another one. It isn't until she comes across Feliz, who helps her escape her abusive home, and she returns to Mexico. Key themes and symbols. A prominent theme is expectation versus reality. Cleofilas dreams of a better love life than the one that she has. Due to her romanticized perception of love to the media she consumes, she is stuck in an ill-fated marriage. On page 226, quote, Cleofilas thought her life would have to be like that, a telenovela, except the episodes got sadder and sadder, end quote. This is also seen throughout the community of women in the small town, in which all the women live the same life, being housewives, and their husbands are the breadwinners. This is also seen with Soledad, another character, whose husband mysteriously disappeared, who also lives vicariously through these romanticized images on the telenovelas. The next theme is female objectification and power. Many of the women in the story accept the treatment that they receive from the men that surround them. However, they push back against it as well. The women give in to the gender normality of being housewives and fit into other expectations, while their husbands are the breadwinners of the house. Like Soledad and Dolores, they've accepted and embraced their gender reformation of gender formalities in the Latinx community, in which Cleofilas embraces by the end of the story. Another theme is cultural identity. Many of the women stay true to their roles in the community, as women stayed home and took care of home duties while the men went out to work and expected to have a warm plate of dinner for them, no matter how late they got home. However, Cleofilas compared her life to the other women in Seguin, and she had trouble identifying herself with them. The only common thing she had with the women was dreaming of a life like that in the telenovelas. Key symbols. The telenovelas are a constant reminder of Cleofilas' dreams. She dreams of living a lavish life with a romantic husband, though she knows that the circumstances she is in are nowhere near that. Pickup truck. Stuck in her ill-fated marriage to Juan Pedro, who drives a pickup truck, she is hopeless and helpless of what her future holds. However, Feliz rescues her from her abusive marriage and drives through El Gritona, Women Hollering Creek, in her pickup truck. Cleofilas enters her new life as a newlywed to Juan Pedro in a pickup truck, and leaves her old life and welcomes a new life in a pickup truck with Feliz. Key passages. Pain or rage. Cleofilas wondered when she drove over the bridge the first time as a newlywed, and Juan Pedro had pointed it out. La Gritona, he had said, and she had laughed. Such a funny name for a creek so pretty and full of happily ever after. page 222. Cleofilas recalls the first memory she had as a newlywed with Juan Pedro. As they drove across the creek, she thinks back on the love and hope she had once cherished. It wasn't until her reality would become so dreadful and abusive where she began to hopelessly romanticize love through a television screen. The next quote, "Not that he isn't a good man. She has to remind himself why she loves him when she changes the baby's pampers, or when she mops the bathroom floor, or tries to make the curtain for the doorways or whiten the linen." Cleofilas isn't happy with the life that she shares with her husband. As she does her daily chores, she reminds herself that everything she does is for him to live comfortably while he is working hard. And the last quote, "La Llorona wonders if something as quiet as this drives a woman to the darkness under the trees." In regard to the tragic folklore of La Llorona, Cleofilas wonders if the creek was named after her. She sets her child, Juan Pedrito, on the grass that runs along the stream, which leads her to wonder how loneliness can drive someone mad. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.